Alright, in this video, I'm going to take you from Adobe Illustrator. You created a logo, and we're going to go to Flash and make a little intro for our website. So I'm just going to go ahead and highlight the logo. Right now it's a vectorized image. I'm going to copy it. I don't want to include that the box around it though, so just hold down Shift to deselect it. And I'm going to open up Flash. I'm going to create a Flash document. And right now, a few things. Right now here's the size setting right here, so if you know you need a larger size, go for it, change it now. I know I'm going to need black because that's what I made my logo on. And I'm just going to zoom out here. I did Control minus for that. And I'm going to paste my logo in and see what that looks like. Okay, so it kind of got it right, but not quite right. So go ahead and move the things around if you need to. And I want to make this all one object as well. So I can just highlight that. And by the way, if something's not right, just you can change it. Like for example, if I want this all editable text, I can just right click and do break apart, and I can break it apart again. And now you'll see right down here it says it's all one shape, and maybe that's what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and use that, and I will then do F8, right? And that'll make a graphic. You can look at advanced and do that stuff, but we don't need it. And I'm just going to call this logo. Hit OK, and there it is. Now it's my library. See, I can bring more of these in if I want, but I don't want those for now. So there it is. If you need to change size, right here, use this tool, and let's make it a little bit bigger, and there you go. So I want to add some music to it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the whole process. So I'm going to play a little bit of music that's online through Audacity. So I'm going to hit record here, and then go to my song and hit play. Alright, and stop. Okay, so there's actually a better way to do this. Like, you could download it. I know there's a lot of different ways, or you could drop this down and hit stereo mixer, and it'd actually record it right through the computer instead of this microphone. Mine's not set up for it right now, so I'm not going to use it. So anyways, I'm going to delete the stuff that I don't need. I think the song actually started right here, the part I want. That was right here, so I'm going to delete all this stuff right here. Just hit delete, and I really want to trim it down to actually 5 seconds. You can do whatever length you want, and I'll show you how to figure that out later. Okay, and then I'm going to take this last little bit and also go to effect, and then I could do fade out. Alright, great. Just the way I want. So then I'm going to export this as a WAV or MP3, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to throw mine on the desktop. Song. Oh. Alright, never mind. I'm going to do a wave. Not a big deal though. Alright, song. There. Okay. Done. So then in Flash, I am going to create a new layer. So this first one is just going to be logo, just be our basic layer. And the one above it, I'm just going to make this a sound layer because I want to do different sounds in here. So right now this is an empty keyframe. So I'm going to go to File, Import to Library. I'm going to go on the desktop and I'm going to get my song. I just called mine Song. Alright. And I'm going to, so the song's there. So I need to click up inside that frame and then drop it down, and there's Song. So now, right now if I play it, it'll actually play over and over. And I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it is playing. And okay, great. So then I can get my logo to come in any way I want. So let's say in the first frame my logo's there. I could also have it like come on stage. So this is real basic. So I'm going to start with my logo off stage. Alright. And by frame, let's say 30, I'm going to do F6 here. It's going to be on stage. Okay, so it's going to be there. And right now, it's right here, and then bam, it's there. So I'm going to do right click, create motion tween. So now it's coming on like that. Alright. And what else? The other things, cool things I can do is I can click in this first frame, click on this graphic, go down here to alpha, and I could have it at 0. And at this last one here, I can again, I have to click on the graphic and go to alpha and then keep it at 100. So now when I watch it, so it gets brighter and brighter as it goes, okay? And then maybe I want it to sit there for a second, so I'm going to do F6 again. And I'm not going to put a motion tween here. So if I scrub through this, you can see it's just going to come in and just stay there, alright? And then what I want it to do is I want it to flash, okay? So I know this all lasts 60 seconds, so I'm just going to go ahead and bring it out here to 60 seconds for there and here for the song even too. And the other thing I want to play is right here at this flash. I want sound to play. So I'm going to do F6 because I want another sound there. So I'm going to go ahead and import another sound. And mine I have here on findsounds.com. I want this flash bulb to go off. And so it sounds like this. Sounds kind of cool. So I'm going to right click on that, save link as. And again, I'm just going to throw them on the desktop. You'll put yours somewhere else. And then flash, I can go again to file, import to library, and I have my little camera flash somewhere. Alright, and I gotta click in that frame, and then down here I can change to, it's called sample, but it's a flash thing. And there, that's what happens. So comes on, stays there, flashes, and for this flash, what I need to do is I'm going to create another layer. Alright, I'm going to put it in between these two. It doesn't really matter if it's between or not, it just needs to be above the logo. And I'm going to call this a flash. Alright, and I want it to happen right when it's flashing. So I'm going to do F6 here, and oops, F6, make a keyframe, and I'm going to draw this white box in front of all of it. It's kind of a low-tech way of doing this. And right now, I want it to, and by the way, you can like delete the outside line, you don't really need it, it's not a big deal either way. And either way, by this point, I want it gone, right? So I'm going to F6 again. And what I can do is I can just delete that if I want. But I'll leave it there for now. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little F6 here and F6 here. And by this frame, I know it's going to be gone. So, and I can actually click these frames and get these closer. But basically what I want to do here is I want to change the alpha of this. So I'm going to click on this object and see how the alpha is not showing up. And then I would have to change it on all three of these. So there's a few things I could do. I could edit this so it has some opacity, but I'm not going to do that. Instead I'm going to do, I'm going to make this a shape. So I'm going to do, hold on, F8, and this is going to be my flash. Okay. Alright, cool. And then really in these frames what I should probably do is just delete these. Alright, and in these frames I can bring this flash on top of these again. And basically what I want to do is I want to control the opacity of each of these. So I'm going to click on that object. Now this shows up. I'm going to go to alpha, and I'm going to change it to, like, let's say 33%. And then on this one it's going to be 100. And then this one I want to change the alpha again down to like 30-some%. It's fine. So now it's going to look like this instead. And that's pretty much it. So kind of saw it goes boom, it's kind of louder than everything else, and that works just fine. And another idea is just, you know, let's say I had one more layer I'm going to put on the very bottom. I could grab like the logo, for example, and I could make this one much larger, scrolling through the background. So right away I'm going to change the alpha of this, put it down to, you know, near nothing, 17%. I'm going to use this tool right here to change the size of it. Okay, it's the one with this box around it. Make it really big, right? And then I could even, so now I'm going to do F6 right here at the very end, and by the end it's going to be scrolling through, right? It's going to be all the way through, and I'm going to just put one motion tween in there, right? So it's going through the background the entire time. So let's watch that instead. And that, I don't really like how that all just keeps, it like repeats right away. So I mean, I could just take the logo only and making that last longer than everything else. So again, I could just put a keyframe at the very end there. And I really didn't like how bright this Raymond thing was. So again, I could go to the alpha here, and maybe I'd want to take that down even more. Maybe I want to go to single digits. It just seems really bright still. So try watching that again. There, that's better. And then it starts over. Okay, so that's pretty simple. That's, you know, put sound effects in, put shapes in, have things twist in there, whatever else. This is, I won't really necessarily like this, but I mean, if I wanted to, I could also rotate this. So when it's coming in, it's actually coming in at an angle like that. You can see, you know, so you can kind of play around with that and see how this one like flashes and then goes back up, right? So it kind of corrects itself. That's kind of cool, I guess. Alright, I'm going to save that then. You can save yours wherever you want, but I hope you learned something from this. And good luck. Play around, play with colors. You know, all these objects that I was grabbing, it's not just alpha, they also have brightness and tint and things like that. So tint would just be like color. Alright, so playing around with that, playing around with you know, moving these things around. Real quick, another thing I want to show you is, you know, if a keyframe is in a spot and you don't want it there, let's say this one, you want it to, you know, end sooner than that, you can just click on it once and click on it again and you can move it the way you want. Or for example, if I need something before all this, I can highlight all of these things and then move that down as well. You know, maybe I need it to be blank for a while and then start, and that works out just fine too. And again, Control Z, Control Y does the same, do and redo, or undo, I'm sorry. But that's about it, I think, so good luck.